Yo, what's going on, guys? Back out with another YouTube video. This is Akram. This video is going to be going over the statement that I've basically lived by for the last 3 years, which is you reap what you sow. Now, this is a bio. This is in my bio on Instagram. This is written in my journaling or in my journal. This is written in my trading journal as well. You reap what you sow. Now, what does this mean? You reap what you sow basically means that you get what you put in. You get out what you put in terms of effort, in terms of consistency, in terms of discipline. You get out what you put in. So this is a law of the universe, literally. If you aren't putting any work in, you're not self-reflecting, you're not blaming yourself for all your mistakes and all your faults, you're going to continue getting the same result, right? So I was talking to one of my friends on Discord that I used to play video games with, and he was always telling me that how he wanted to not do school and didn't want to, continue to living this life that he's living, which is just vacant and lonely of just playing video games and trying to distract himself from his reality. First of all, let me make sure this lighting is good. Yeah, it's all right. I mean, I don't know. But I caught up with him after a couple years, right? Because back then we had the same mentality, and I texted him like a couple days ago, and he was telling me like, bro, I've seen your progress, you've completely turned your life around, and it's really motivational, it's really inspirational, bro. And I was like, yeah, bro, like, I mean, how are you doing? Are you going to school or what's going on? He was like, yeah, I'm still just going to school, still just playing video games. He was telling me he was ranked in Valorant, like I give a fuck, like that means anything. And I basically told him like he was basically saying, yeah, man, life must be so good for you, and you must be so, blessed and sleep so well at night and all this. And I'm just like, dude, I sacrificed my whole life for the life that I have now. I sacrificed everything. I sacrificed my love for video games. I sacrificed having friends in high school. I sacrificed developing childhood memories. I sacrificed the college experience. I sacrificed my mental sanity, my time as a kid. Right, I used to work 70 hours a week, which it's basically my whole life was work. Like literally, since I became an adult, I've been working, for basically my whole life. So, from like not even since I became an adult, from 16 when you're legally able to work, since 16 I started working. Right, my first job was PacSun, working for like $12 an hour, and I was working whenever I could. And so he'll sit here and be like, yeah, your life must be so good, man. You're so blessed. But it's like, dude, this is a law of the universe. You get out what you put in. I've been putting in the work. Like, God didn't just bless me with the ability to day trade. I have been putting in the work. I've had sleepless nights for 6 months straight, stressing out, losing my hair. I became, my mental became super low. As in, there were moments where I genuinely hated myself. I hated this earth. I grew a hatred towards God, Lord forgive me, because of how much he was making me suffer. And I still woke up every single day and pushed through. So you can't sit here and tell me, yeah, your life is so glamorous, bro. You're living in villas, you got private chefs, private maids, you got 24-hour security, you're living this glamorous life, you're traveling the world. I've already hit like maybe 10 or 15 countries this year. When it's like, you have no idea of the half the shit I went through, you can't even imagine. So what am I making this video for? You reap what you sow. Look back at your last 6 months. Have you been genuinely trying your hardest? Have you been falling flat on your face and getting up and self-reflecting and getting feedback and blaming yourself for everything and looking back at your journey and seeing what you need to fix and genuinely trying to fix those issues and genuinely finding solutions for your problems? The answer is no, because if you would, and if you were doing those things, you would be in the exact same shoes I'm in, because that's exactly what I did. So it's not a matter of luck. It's not a matter of, getting blessed by God out of nowhere. Yes, all of this shit is a blessing from God. Even being able to make this YouTube video right now is a blessing from God. Even being able to have a fucking $700 camera is a blessing from God. Being able to afford things like that. Being able to stay in everything is a blessing from God. I had some dumbass comment on my other video the other day. My whole Discord was clowning him. He said, "You don't need God in trading. Don't listen to this idiot. The only person you can count on is you." You're a fucking idiot. God is the whole reason why you're even trading in the first place. God could have made you born in fucking Palestine, where your parents got blown to shreds before you turned 5 years old. and your limbs are cut off. So what the fuck are you talking about? You don't need God. God is the full creator and controller of this universe. Of course you need God. You need God in everything. You need God with marriage. You need God with your kids. You need God with financial. You need God with spiritual. You need God with your mental to cure your fucking depression. You need God with everything. What the fuck are you talking about? You don't need God. You need God with guidance. So what am I saying? You reap what you sow. Life is work. If you want to become in the top 5 percentile of day traders or top 5 percentile of your age group financially, you need to put the work in all realms of your life to genuinely become the best person that is in the best character who is worthy of those things. So what do I mean? You need to work every single day on your spirituality. If you're Muslim, pray 5 times a day. That is work. That is your job. That is your duty. The first thing, make sure you're praying 5 times a day. That is work. Second thing, genuinely working on your craft, whatever you're doing. With day trading, it takes a lot of self-reflection, a lot of discipline. So what do you need to do as work? You need to every single day self-reflect and be honest with yourself. Lower your fucking ego. Lower your ego. Stop being arrogant. Self-reflect. Know that you don't have it all. If you're not doing 10K months at least with day trading right now, you are fucking up in some aspect. So stop having this ego where you don't need to self-reflect, you don't need to journal, you don't need to try hard, you don't need to pray to God, you don't need to self-reflect and get feedback, you don't need a mentor. Stop. You're a fucking failure. You're losing right now. Lower your damn ego and understand you don't know what the fuck you're doing. You need a mentor, you need to self-reflect, you need to blame yourself for everything. This is what I mean by you reap what you sow. You're not doing any of these things and you're expecting that God just blesses you with profitability out of nowhere. One day out of nowhere, everything's gonna click. I'm going to start passing funds. I'm going to start getting payouts. You're a fucking idiot. You reap what you sow. If you don't have a profitable strategy, you don't have a good consistent strategy, or you don't have psychological control, you don't know how to fix your psychology, get a fucking mentor. I'm not even telling you to get my Discord. My Discord's absolutely ripping. We're going crazy. But if you don't like me as someone who's giving you advice so harshly, go find someone else like Tori Trades or some shit. She'll teach you how to trade trend lines, even though she fucking smokes weed every single day. No shade to Tori though. I love her. I met her in FX Summit. No shade to her. I think her students get good results. I have no idea, but that was just like the first person that I don't know. Anyways, if you are constantly getting feedback, right, from yourself, you're constantly holding yourself accountable. You're constantly blaming yourself for everything, the exact situation that you're in life. If you look around and think, damn, I hate the school that I'm going to. I hate the house I live in. I hate the car I drive. I hate my life right now. I have no friends. I hate who I am when I look in the mirror. That is completely your fault. It's not God's fault. It's your fault. You have full control of your life. It's your fault. So you reap what you sow. If you don't want to fix those things and you don't want to sew your life together and fix your life together, you'll never reap the rewards. That is how the statement goes. So you can't sit here and envy me and think, oh my God, Akram's living this glamorous life. This shit takes sacrifice. While you were playing video games and partying and hanging out with your friends, I was locked in. I was sitting in my room, crying my eyes out because none of this shit was working out for me. I didn't know what to do with my life. You're over here trying to distract yourself with video games and alcohol and friends. I wasn't distracting any of it. I was living the actual reality of my life. And I was trying to sew and piece my life together. And now I'm able to reap the rewards. And I will continue to, inshallah. And I'm still outworking you. Because I understand this statement. So instead of sitting there hopeless and crying and coping and bitching about how your life is going the way you want it, think back to your last 6 months. Have you been sowing your life? Have you been genuinely trying every single day? You've been getting feedback. You've been holding yourself accountable. You've been blaming yourself for everything. You've done what it takes to get to the other side. You've invested in a mentor. You've listened to that mentor. You've taken notes. You've genuinely tried every single day. You've prayed to God. You've gotten up every single day, no matter if you failed, no matter how you feel, and you've applied discipline in your life every day. Look back at the last 6 months and be honest with yourself. If the answer is no, well, that means the reason why you aren't at the life that you want is because you haven't sowed anything. So if you haven't sowed anything, there's nothing to reap. So from now on, if you answered no to that question, from now on, you understand what it takes. So it's your decision to start sewing your life together. It's either you start now, and then you reap the fruits of your labor, in a couple years, or you don't start now, and you live a life of regret for the next couple years, and then maybe you start then, and then it's going to take you another 5 years. because now you're growing older and you have more responsibilities and you can't focus as much. So then it's going to take you another 5 years to then reap your rewards. So which one do you want to do? Obviously, the logical decision is to do this shit as soon as possible, starting today. It's your choice, my friend. That is a statement I've lived by for the last 3 years, because I used to be just like you. I used to sit in my room playing Fortnite, listening to Juice WRLD, all fucking sad, all depressed about how I have no friends and I have no social life, and how I was pale, I was completely insecure, I was out of shape, until I understood the statement, you reap what you sow. Which means, if you look back at the last 6 months, the last year, have you sowed anything? Have you tried in anything? And try to apply discipline in your life and try to self-reflect and get feedback and genuinely fix your problems? Or have you just been complaining this whole time or trying to escape from those problems by video games or alcohol or girls or whatever? Once you understand that, you're able to realize that God is on your side. So if you start trying to fix your problems and you're genuinely trying your hardest, God will end up blessing you. Bro, God says in the Quran, the human being is the best thing he's ever created. Out of all this shit that you see, these mountains, the sun, the moon, how beautiful this world is, the best thing he's ever created and the most special thing he's ever created is the human. So if you are genuinely putting your full effort that God has given you, the full capabilities of a human being that God has given you, he will see that and he will bless you. If you're genuinely using all of your power that he's blessed you with, that he's given you as a human. But you're not. So you will stay and continue in the same position. That is it. That is my little TED talk. From this information, you either apply it and level up, or you just continue to watch more YouTube videos, continue to scroll, continue to waste your life while everyone else is lapping you. It's your choice. If you came to the end of this video, or you've watched till the end of this video, I love you very much, and I hope the best for you. And I genuinely believe every single one of you who watches my YouTube religiously, which is a lot of you guys, which I thank God for, I believe every single one of you can get to the point where I'm at. I believe every single one of you can get to the goals that you want to accomplish. Genuinely, I am no better than the next man. No matter how rich I get, no matter how successful I get, I will never ever over ego someone or act egotistical towards someone. That is when God will strike you down, because I came from nothing, bro. So I cannot sit there and act like I'm better than the next human being. But do not get that twisted. I put the effort in. So therefore, if I genuinely tried, and I genuinely put in 12 hours a day, and you think that you don't have to put 12 hours a day to get to my point, and you don't have to genuinely try, and you don't have to blame yourself for everything and overcome your obstacles to get to my point, I'm going to call you a dickhead. Because what makes you think you're so special that you don't have to work when I had to work and I still have to work and I still have to take my life serious? What makes you think you don't have to take your life serious and blame yourself for everything and level up and try your hardest and act and have discipline inside of your life and genuinely try to accomplish your goals? What makes you think you don't have to do these things if I had to do them, right? So it's a double-edged sword almost. You kind of have to play devil's advocate. But anyways, with that being said, I love every single one of you who watched till the end. If you've watched till the end, comment, you reap what you sow. Comment, you reap, or actually, comment, I will reap what I sow. I don't know, whichever one you want to do. I don't know if the second one kind of makes sense or not, but comment one of those two, and I will like your comment. With that being said, if you guys want to join the Discord, I just hired a new mentor into the Discord. So it was first it was just me mentoring, doing lectures every single day. Now we're about to have, instead of 7 lectures a week, we're gonna have 11 lectures a week. Or actually, it's gonna be 10 lectures a week now, and it's gonna be with my boy Dominic. So a lot of you guys know Dominic from the case studies that we've done. He's already became extremely hyper profitable since joining my Discord back in March. And since then, he's already done like 60K in payouts, something stupid. In Australian, that currency is like almost 100K. So he's already been absolutely ripping. He's max allocated on take profit, and he'll be doing lectures every single other day in the Discord. at 10 p.m. EST, just answering a bunch of questions, doing Q&A, doing his trade breakdowns. He's a London session trader, so if you guys trade London session, you can get really good tips on how to be consistent with him. I think he's averaging he went on like a little losing streak for like 3 days, and then since then he's been up. But over like the last 3 or 4 months, he's been averaging like a fucking 80%, 90% win rate. So absolutely killing it. Everyone in my Discord's absolutely killing it. But yeah, if you guys want to join, link in bio. We are actually rising. Like I say this shit as like a joke or whatever. Ace of Trades will rise, but no, Ace of Trades is genuinely ascending. So you either join the wave and level up with us, or you just watch us win. Whichever one, bro. I don't really care. So with that being said, though, I love you guys. Whoever stuck to the end, you guys are real ones. And I'll catch you guys on the next video. I really, really hope this lecture helped. I really hope this video helped. Please apply yourself. Please do not waste your life, man. We have one life in this fucking earth. Do not waste it. Worship God. Try your hardest to become the best person you can be. Try to inspire as many people as you can. Inspire your siblings. Inspire your family to better themselves. Try to better your life and have a good impact on people while you're still on this earth, bro. Our time is short, and just wasting these days and letting them fly by, you'll realize after like 10 years that you've just done completely nothing with your life, and it's the saddest shit ever. I don't want any of you guys to feel that type of pain. So sacrifice for the now for a better future for your family. Anyways, I love you guys. I hope this video helped. Peace.